Welcome to Embellish Home with Felicia, my first YouTube video and my first fall front porch clean and decorate with me. In today's video, we're going shopping, we'll clean and decorate my front porch, as well as do a few DIYs. If you're interested, just keep watching. So I picked up some orange mums, lemongrass, coleus, burgundy mums, sweet potato vines, as well as potting mix. Finally, everything nice and tidy. Let's get started. Okay, so I took a Dollar Tree wire wreath and their burlap and just wrapped it around using a hot glue and hot glued it on the bottom. Here I'm taking my Dollar Tree pumpkin stem, bending them to the shape of the wreath and sliding them between the burlap. Next, I'm using the rust stems from Home Goods, placing them between the burlap, and then dry fitting the pine cones just to see how it lines up. Next, I'm adding some leftover Christmas picks from the Dollar Tree for texture. Next, I used heather from the Dollar Tree. I used about 6 pieces and I added it to the top and bottom of the wreath. Next, I used dahlia, one at the top center and the other 2 on the inner portion at the bottom near the pumpkin. Next, I'm adding real branches throughout the wreath. I'm adding more Christmas pick to the top behind the dahlia. So another dry fit of the pumpkins and the 4 pine cones before I hot glue them down and add more foliage to fill in the wreath to make it more fuller. Okay, so I took some ivory paint, added a little bit of glitter to the pumpkin stem and did the ribbon off camera and added more foliage. So here is the final wreath. As you can see, I went back and added gold mesh. It wasn't enough strands, so I added a total of 6 strands and then went in and filled in a few areas that I thought needed more foliage. Okay, let's paint some pumpkins. Okay, so we're going to start by taking our bleaching water and cleaning the pumpkin just to get a little bit of bacteria off. And then I'm taking my deep burgundy Americana paint and mixing it with true blue. And the desired color is a rich burgundy color. So we're just going to mix that until I get the color I want. And then we'll start painting. Now I painted this in several coats, letting it dry in between coats. And then coming back and adding a little bit of detail, mixing a little bit of black just to give the pumpkin a little bit more texture and my desired outcome. And here we have it. Let's make no-sew pillows from $2 remnant fabric. I measured and cut the fabric based on my pillow size, and the pillow dimension for this project was 16 by 16. I measured about a ½ inch, and I used the bobby pins to hold the fabric in place. And then started gluing the fabric seams all the way around until I was done. So next I'm taking the 2 pieces of fabric with the seams glued. I'm going to line them up together and using the bobby pins to keep the fabric in place. Okay, so here I am just taking my hot glue gun, putting a bead of glue in the center of the fabric. You're going to do this all the way around. Remember to leave one end open to stuff the pillow using my fingers and to mirror them together. Now I wanted to make these pillows was just a little bit more festive. So what I decided to do, I had a few leaves left over from my DIY wreath project. I took some hot glue and just added them in the corner. Okay, you guys, the final step is to take the pillow insert and put it inside the pillow cover. Now I did off camera hot glue the ends, and then we have our completed no-sew pillow. So next I picked up a couple of planters from my local Ollie's. They were the right size but not the right color, so I just purchased some black acrylic paint and changed the color by painting them black. I'm taking my lemongrass and put it in the back of the pot just to give it some height. Next, I'm going to take my mums and position them on either side of the pot in the front. Then I'm going to take my coleus and position it in the back by the lemongrass. And for a pop of color, I'm going to take the vibrant green and add it in the center of the two mums. And here I'm going to repeat the same process in the other planter. Time for the next planter. Here I'm placing the orange mums off-centered in the planter. I'm taking the sweet potato plants, 2 of them, and position them in the front so they can drape over the sides. I'm taking the coleus and placing it on the other side of the mums, and the planter is complete. Finally, I'm adding this sunflower and pumpkin pick just to give it a little bit of character. Now let's put it all together for the reveal. Thank you for watching Embellish Home with Felicia, my first YouTube video. I hope I've inspired you to start your fall decorating. Please like, comment, and share. Until next time, God bless.